unbelievable. And it seems to be a bottomless pit. I mean, they're seizing the entire economy, manufacturing, the carbon tax. Where does it end?
Well, here's the way we're looking at it. As you know, we keep repeating it, and it's worth repeating because it doesn't seem to hit a lot of people in the head the right way, is that you can't print phantom money out of thin air backed by nothing, producing practically nothing. We're now looking at the dollar taking another hit against a basket of currencies. Gold prices are back on the rise. We heard from China, Russia, India, Brazil. They all want to bail out of the bucks. So where's it going? The decline of Empire America.
Gerald Celente, Trends Research. We'll give you the website when we get back, listeners. Will they be able to pump it up one more time, or is this the big one? Is this the big implosion? Stay with us. All right, Gerald Celente going right back to your calls coming up in the next segment. When you say this is the greatest heist in history, I don't think people understand. You really mean that. Well, 23.7 trillion, and they're grabbing every sector of the economy. And the green tax, the carbon tax, allows the bureaucracy. I have the bill that they passed in secret, now public. As you know, I want your take on that. Allows federal agencies to raise taxes on toilet paper, beef, everything. I mean, this is government becoming God. You call that fascism, don't you? Go ahead.
Well, the merger of state and corporate powers, according to Mussolini, is called fascism. So if it quacks like a duck and walks like a duck, let's call it a spade a spade. It's fascism. And to pick up on the second part of what you were saying, and I was saying, was that first they went through this whole scheme of the money printing. Well, that's going to run out, as we're seeing now with the diving of the dollar and other countries looking for new reserve currency. So the next scheme is to tax the people to death. And whether it's hassle taxes, again, current events form future trends. Pick up today's USA Today. Look at the parking ticket numbers that they're putting out there. Boy, if you jaywalk, they'll give you a ticket. Spit on the street, but rob the country blind, you can get an award for it, or they'll make you a Treasury Secretary. So the scheme, Alex, is after the printing game runs out, it's the tax to death game. And this whole thing, this whole notion of too big to fail, who came up with that one? I can say with full authority that their mother's not better than mine. What would happen if they failed? No one's ever told us. But yet we hear from Henry the Don Paulson at the last House Oversight meeting saying, quote, Our responses were not perfect, but I am confident that they were substantially correct and that they saved this country from great peril.
Well, look at how this psychology works. They can rape, they can steal trillions. They engineered the crisis on record, and then they're the savior. And if you don't give them what they want, they'll declare martial law, as Paulson threatened last year. Now there's been articles in the news, as you know, Gerald, saying how good it was he threatened martial law and how he's above the law and how the private Federal Reserve is above the law. The president isn't, the Congress isn't, the courts aren't, but they are, because they're the Eddie Haskell bankers.
And they're more than that, as I said. They're the Wall Street Mafia. It's Henry the Don Paulson. You read the New York Times, he bullied Congress. Bullied Congress? What do you mean bully? Who is this guy to bully Congress? Oh, and there's Jamie Legs Diamond from J.P. Morgan. And there's, who's that guy from Citigroup that would put this whole grand scheme together? Sandy Greedy Pig Weil. No, let's call them who they are. They're robbing this nation blind. And the people are either drugged. We have gone from the home of the brave to what's happened to this country, that we have become so subservient and so federally dictated. We're not free and we're not brave as a nation. You know, people could make fun of the French all they want, but boy, the French got it down. Look look what happened when that company was trying to shaft the employees out of their severance pay. You know, they threatened to blow the place up and all the equipment in it. When they do boss snappings, these are the people that brought us off with their heads. They know what it's like to be living under a tyrannical government where they say, let them eat bread. Now it's give them some health care.
Well, on top of this, when you look at the French, when they try to plant GMO crops there, the farmers just burn it down. And I don't know how Americans were always known as the quickest to stand up to tyranny. Now we're known worldwide as kind of the suckers. How did that happen?
Boy, I have to say, you know, you are what you eat. And look what this country eats, and look what they look like, and look what they've become.
Yeah, we just became decadent. We're the great-grandchildren of really hard-working people, and we become a bunch of slobs, myself included. We got to get our dignity back and not be so cowed. Gerald, I want to take calls and get into where you see all this going, how you see the revolution breaking out, and a lot more. The website is trendsresearch.com. Trendsresearch.com.